it's XCOM2. Hello, welcome back. We're starting today in the busiest part of the Avenger, and it has been the busiest part of the Avenger since basically day one of this campaign, the Infirmary. On the tail end of the last episode, we're sort of facing a bit of a decision on whether or not to field an upcoming assault mission. We'd be fielding it under strength as we currently are, because it's expiring in 32 hours and we are only going to have 5 folks ready in that time frame. There is an option to upgrade the infirmary here with the hypervital module for 80 supplies and 2 power, and that would be something that we could use to instantly restore any soldier to a combat ready state. The trick is if we spend that, 4 days time is what we'd need to be ready to field the team for after the fact. And I've never used the hypervital module before, so I'm not sure on the sort of intricacies of how it's used. But let's say we fielded this squad. First of all, we'd be running 2 phalanxes, and then Goonstone, Keeper, Marine, and Reaper. So what I'd probably be looking at is getting well, see, now I don't really know. This is the dilemma, isn't it? We can, in theory, field a squad for the 4 days time mission, which is something for sure. But all of our wounded, except for like these 4 and 5 days, all of our wounded are also super tired. So it's becoming increasingly apparent that even if I spent that on the hypervital module in the infirmary, it's probably gonna be in our better interests to just eat the dark event that we can't counter and then deal with the one that we can counter, which is vigilance. This mission, 22 enemies is because the Lost are present. This mission also looks quite scary though. Lost, Advent, and Exalt. However, as we've done historically, we can use the Lost to our advantage. So, whatever that hidden dark event is, we're just going to eat it. That's the play here. Hopefully, it's nothing too significant, but this is what happens when you roll the dice. We got some shrapnel shells. Shells of shrapnel. Barrage of shrapnel, moderate damage, targets in a cone, blocked by cover, equipped alongside a heavy cannon. Cool. And high explosive anti-tank shells. That's kind of awesome. Equipped alongside a heavy cannon. And then high explosive shells for the heavy cannon as well. And then the munitions mount. Wow, okay. There's I think I want to say all of that stuff is going to be equipable by not Diurna. Where are you? Where's Kurog? Ah, infiltrating. Okay. I want to say all that stuff's equipable by Kurog. And if so, that's a pretty cool round of upgrades for Kurog. And then there was the improved heavy cannon shells there as well for 100. So maybe we just roll that. 7 days, 100 supplies. We've got a supply drop coming relatively soon. We'll see the supply drop before we realistically... Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know why I'm saying it, convincing myself to do it. I was going to do it immediately. Back to scanning. And there goes our assault mission expiry. And there's our doom clock. 20 days. Good thing we've got soon access to this, and sabotage is going to reduce that down as well. Hack the workstation on an advent train? No, that's not it. It's an infiltration mission. I can ignore that. And then this is the one that we're actually going to take today. So, Gelatinous Apollo. Okay. Sabotage a transmitter with all of the things happening. I'm sure this will go well. Our last run-in with Exalt didn't, and I'm going to harp on about that forever.
Should be aware. We're detecting lost activity in this area.
So, who we got on the
Forces
field
will need to be especially vigilant.
for this mission? Gonna want a sapper. Although, now that I say that, Bremwen's got night terrors. Doesn't look like there's any scions down there, though. It's lots of mutons. Wow. Muton Destroyer, the Liga Captain, Harrier. Okay. So we're going to want that Sapper then. Sapper's going to be our Lost Lure launcher. I'd kind of like to get Arc Enemy. That's promotion, if we can. So yeah, let's bring Arc Enemy out. It's been a while since we've got Arc Enemy out in the field. I think it's been a real long while. Feels like it anyway. Who else? Probably looking towards Griffith, Shandin. We'll bring Giga. Combat Engineer is always useful to have against the Lost. Combat Engineers is useful to have regardless. What am I saying? And then it's probably Tech Specialist or Keeper, right? And gonna go with Goonstone over Kerwin just because that extra reload will be quite handy to have around. But I've got a feeling we might want the Rupture too. I'm just looking at all these mutons and thinking, yeah, Rupture would be good to have. So let's get these fine folks geared up best we can. I think we'll run the we've got choices here. Look at this. How do we want to play this then? So Mad Cannon on Giga, that's fine. Plasma Rifle on Shandin. We've got Shadow Lance here. I think we'll run the Coil Rifle on Brenwan, or do we want perhaps to run a Rashi? Yeah, we'll bring a Rashi. And then Prototype Plasma Rifle versus Coil Rifle. I mean, there's nothing in the damage. Plasma Rifle obviously just has that extra modification slot, which we're currently running an advanced scope, a lightweight frame, and an expanded magazine, so that's fine. That Lance does need some sugar though, so let's get the speed loader on there. And honestly, the basic scope, just for that extra aim, probably be quite useful here. I don't know that we need two sets of black ice and blue screens here. There are shield bearers on the ground. But that's it. So I think what we'll do is we'll drop the blue screens for AP rounds. We'll keep the black ice on Shandin, but we'll drop the EMP bomb too. And I think we'll just run a standard plasma grenade. Although gas grenades, well, the gas bomb, I should say, may come in handy for Muton City, such as it is. And then we can probably run the dragon rounds and feed those dragon rounds to Griffith and Arc Enemy here. I think as well, actually running a medkit on Arc Enemy is probably a good idea. And then Stasis Vest goes there. And Griffith needs a Stasis Vest too. But that should be us. Oh, of course, I need that Lost Lure in the G slot. And kind of wondering if we want the Frost Bomb as well. We are a little bit thin on the ground on actual grenades, and we're probably going to be looking at dealing with a reasonable amount of armor, so I think we'll leave it as it is. Haven't got any. Oh, we have. We got that will, didn't we? Anyone that could use a will bonus here? Goonstone actually could. Thinking about it, so sure. Have 9 will. Gotta find a use for that somewhere. But yeah, I guess this is it for Operation Gelatinous Apollo. We need to sabotage the transmitter. We've got Exalt. We've got the Lost. We are as prepared as we can realistically be. I think. I hope. It's hope. It's always hope. Nevertheless, Brenwan, Arch Enemy, Griffith, Shandin, Giga, and Goonstone. Let's get this work put in. Third time for the Avatar clock this campaign? Third time? Maybe even a fourth now. Kind of lost count. Just as well, we've got, you know, a means of reducing that counter in the wings. Although it's starting to feel like we're on the losing side of this race overall. But we have got another facility that's almost ready to go. We will need a radio tower or facility lead to actually be able to get in there. So that's something to consider. Sabotage is going to have to tide us over. The covert op, that's going to have to tide us over. And unless I'm mistaken, we're going to see our old purple friend on this mission.
Advent has constructed a psionic transmitter in
Yep,
this
we are
area,
indeed.
tied directly into
There
their
it is.
primary network.
All
Our intel
purpleized.
suggests destroying it while it's still
Okay.
connected will severely damage their linked systems. Plant the
Okay.
explosives before they have a chance to pull the plug.
So we don't really have much in the way of luxury here. Certainly as far as time is concerned. I think... What's our plan? What's our play? What we'd really want is to just get an idea of what's out there. And we want Brenwan in such a position as to be able to launch a beautiful lure into as many things as possible. We've got 3 charges.
On it.
So let's make them count. Brenwan spotted something straight away.
Objective
And it's a single lost howler. Oh, all that dramatic build-up was for naught. We'll get Shannon on high ground, just so we can have a bit of a spy from up there. Giga we can push in slightly further with, I think. And we found mutons. There was at least, I think there were 3 there, maybe it was just 2. I'll operate on the assumption that there were 3, because that's more threatening. Definitely 2. Definitely 3. Definitely 3. Well, bang. Probably should have moved with Griffith first for the soul scouting exercise. Kind of what Griffith's for. Need to make a mental note of that for next time. And does the destroyer spot us? It doesn't look like the destroyer did spot us, fortunately. Although it's probably in such a position as to make moving quite difficult. You wouldn't want that show up on Sports Day, would you? Let's be honest. Alrighty. So my thinking here is that we actually take this fight. Get rid of these mutons as quickly as we reasonably can. I mean, there's 20 active enemies on the map right now, including Lost, so Don't know how many other aliens are floating around out there. This will, however, reveal us and then trigger Exalt to drop in on the next turn, which I guess is fine. Got the Dragon rounds on Goonstone. Giga's got the AP rounds. And can armor shred. So, I'm wondering if we go for the flamethrower armor shred or a 56%. Yeah, we go for the flamethrower, right? Obviously, we go for the flamethrower. Tally ho!
They've got our position.
And let's see just how surrounded we become. That Howler there has an alarming amount of hit points. 12. 12 doesn't seem like that many when you know it's got so many hit points. How many is that? 12. Doesn't seem like that many, but it is. I promise you it is. I'm wondering, do we grapple up here with Goonstone just to get a better visual on what's going on back there on the other Muton friend? It would give her a better shot on the Advanced Destroyer here too, I suppose, so let's do it. Can't go better than that.
This is it, right? Do you see that one?
And then there were the Lost. Well, and this guy, but we'll deal with the Lost first.
I can handle that.
Theoretically, anyway. That's not how we deal with the Lost. That's not how they deal with the Lost at all. Probably looking to break concealment with Griffith here then, eh? Well, Shandon should have some respectable shooting opportunities, actually, so see what Shandon can do before we break that concealment.
Target neutralized.
We're not going to see a single round kill on the Howler, I don't believe. Yeah, we're not. But Arc Enemy should be able to follow up. Although 5 is a super low damage roll. Yikes. Can we get a 6 this time, Shandon? I actually forgot Shandon had Marauder. No, we don't see the 6. Wow, that's 2 very low damage rolls in a row. Super unfortunate.
All right, I'll go.
Arc Enemy, though, should. 83, maybe. Okay. I never doubted you for a second, but
Well done. As we had hoped,
And
the
then-
network separation has been temporarily delayed.
I suppose we're kind of moving in this direction now, eh? We'll fetch this in with Griffith then. It's an Illyrium core.
I have it.
And I think hanging back is probably the better decision here. We'll hang back, but not in the full cover. We'll just get as close as we can. They can't see Griffith, ultimately. There's our Exalt.
Looks like they called in some friends.
And
Heretics, come forth.
the Warlock is here too. I'm very glad that Griffith is on this mission, because Griffith's going to be able to put some good work into Jaxer and Naylor. Immune to melee. It's been a while since we've seen the Warlock, or at least it feels like it's been a while since we've seen the Warlock. Nothing too much to worry about here. We're not using melee on this squad, so that's fine. Close range attacks means that Brenwyn can get some work done with a Rashi, and then, yeah, Griffith and Brenwyn are probably the main answer here, but we'll see how that plays out. Shandon, of course, terrified. I mean, who can blame Shandon, really? Have you seen the hairstyle on the Warlock?
We just picked up a unique
You see that thing
signature.
running
One of
towards
the
you,
chosen
you're
is
going to be a
here.
bit scared.
That
Like,
thing is
it's
only going to make
totally
trouble
reasonable.
for us until we deal with it.
Less fortunate is the fact that because the Warlock can teleport, okay, this is where one of our first lures is going for sure. Because the Warlock can teleport, the lures and surrounding it with Lost isn't as valid an approach as it is with, say, the assassin, who really, really suffers from that little situation, as we have seen in the past. But yeah, let's get a lure in the go for sure down here. It looked like this building was pretty populated, and we know that Muton's there, so
Frag out.
let's see how much work this, our first of 3 lures, can do. That looks so good as well. Less good is this scenario. Not really sure I like that. I think moving Giga up
No problem, boss.
makes sense. What kind of... Oh, 47? 20 natural defense and then 6 weapon range. Yeah, I guess that's kind of fair. Still, take the shot, Giga. Okay, fine. I thought if I said to take the shot with like gusto, then Giga would pull out all the stops and land it, and it would be fantastic. Of course, none of the above happened. Instead, we're left dealing with a 8 hit. I can't get my words out. 8 hit point Pathfinder with 4 armor. Nevertheless, come on.
Still moving.
Arc enemy. Arc enemy though. Arc enemy. Okay, you made up for it with the crit. Definitely made up for it with the crit, cause our dear friend Brenwyn can now just send that home.
Well, how about that?
Seeing that lightning hand was
Furthers the need for my presence
not optimal.
Defile. The weapons of the chosen are sacred objects.
And Shandon can buy us a turn, although does also need a reload, and I'm not super enthusiastic about keeping Shandon up here much longer. But I suppose one more round won't hurt. I am a little bit concerned about this Howler. So let's see. Can Goonstone see the Howler? No. Pop that guy at least.
You know that was good.
And then, yeah, Goonstone doesn't get a shot on that Howler at all. Might need an overwatch from Goonstone here then. Let's just bring Griffith further around, see if we can spot anything else going on. Looking, apart from that Howler actually, it's looking alright. So, we can't do all of the things that I'd like to do. Take this shot with stand-in. And then Goonstone can overwatch.
Scanning.
And Griffith, you're chilling, actually. You know what we can do? We'll just move you around a bit further. I want to get a bit better visual on what's going on around the objective, because we are going to launch another lure now that Exalt are on the field. I want to just make sure that lure gets as much value as possible.
Got advent here.
Although it's already looking pretty good.
Heading out.
Yeah, lots of advent already marked there, which is nice. In fact, it looks like they're all marked. So my worries about that particular Howler were unfounded, I guess. And if anything, we want the Howler to remain alive, so it can bring more of its friends. Cool. A journey through the innards of the Muton. My goodness, that is a loud gun. Did it just shred its own friend? There's Shandon's target. Right there. See that? That shield bearer? That's what Shandon's going to try and shoot. It kind of does look like most, if not all, of the Advent troops on the ground right now
On Overwatch.
have been marked by our Lost Lure, which is awesome. So
Negative damage.
we kind of need to have a look at exactly who these Exalt folks are and make a decision as to which ones we need to prioritize. Power. Poor little sectoid. We hardly knew ye. Where's this? Okay, that's good to know. Griffith's actually just out of position, basically. But it's fine, it's fine. We can... In fact, no, I take it all back. This is going to be perfect for what we need Griffith to be doing.
Hostile targets inside of the objective.
They're not marked. Okay. Our shield bearer is here. And Chandon does have a shot on it from the ground, so that's good to know as well. First things first, though. Brenwyn, please introduce Exalt to our zombie friends. You'd be so kind. Need to find it. This looks good. Yep, we'll
Bring
send
it
that.
out.
There's a Muton on the roof. Just spotted him there when we got a bit of a flyover. We still see him? We can. And he did get clipped by the Beleaguer captain as well. Eat it. Maybe we just send the second lure straight in here then, because this will cap the Viper, the Purifier, and the Warlock. Yes, so yeah, let's do it.
Grenade.
We brought these things for this exact reason. And certainly feel a lot more, how we say, moral
Moving to position.
in using the Lost as a meat shield, as opposed to the colonists that we've used in the past. It was lying, incidentally. Shandon doesn't have a shot on the shield bearer from here, so we'll have to... Goonstone has one from here. Not here, though. Okay, let's take a look at what these Exalt actually are. So you are a psionic. Fine, you are a nasty piece of work and our priority target for today. You're another psionic. And then there was a fourth one. There it is. Templar, right? Templar. Okay. I don't know why I said that with such gusto. So it's a Templar. So, step one. This is our, this is the guy that needs to be dealt with as soon as possible. Shredder gun probably doesn't connect with as much as I'd like. And it does down this way. But yeah, we're gonna have to we're just gonna have to do some removing of cover, I think. So this will also have the side benefit of shredding the armor.
This one's for
Just
you.
need to make sure it actually connects with this guy here. It does. And more friends. Lovely friends. Lovely friends that will eventually turn on us and will have to be dealt with. But for now, they're lovely friends. Take them to the pub. Go for a nice pint. Lovely friends. Lost friends. Kind of wish I'd kept that lightning hands for this particular moment. in the course of this mission. However, we can probably go for these 2 times 83s. I think that's fair. Yeah. Punch it. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Arc Enemy. And only taking 2 damage on the return fire.
The Elder's servants will never
Love it.
cease their attacks.
Do you want to just seal that deal, maybe? You do. You drop its weapon. Devastating. Up next, then, we could probably actually go for this Scion. Psionic. The Templar in the back's a little bit of a worry as well, mind you. Which is this one here. So maybe, have we got anything that we can use to, well, no, we've just got Goonstone and Shandon left. So, this Spectral Zombie's here as well. Don't love that. Don't love that at all. And it's got movement. It's got some serious movement. Although it doesn't reach. It would reach Goonstone if we put Goonstone where I was planning. It doesn't reach Shandon. And yeah, that's a pickle. Does reach Goonstone here. That's super unfortunate. Guess we'll just send Goonstone down here to take care of it then.
No problem, boss.
And it looks like an area suppression might be the way to go with Shandon. Leave the Howler alone, it did nothing wrong. Oh my
That
goodness.
is not good.
You're right there, Goonstone. That is not good. In fact, you know what? You know what? Actually, it's bad. Ah, well. We'll just have to deal with that.
The enemy strikes true.
Ooh, Withering Barrage. Thought that Shandon had that. Don't think we've actually seen it in action until just now. More shots in that direction and less at us, the better. Especially if the mutants decide to just spray and pray and catch their catch some friendly fire as a result of it. Something along those lines, yeah. That's exactly what I was talking about. Thank you very much. It's not just the mutants that can do it. I do apologize, Magma Viper. You always had it in you. A rare sight. Purifier landing 2 shots in a row. 3 shots in a row. Yeah, there we go. Waiting with bated breath there. Oh, he's going to land another shot, but it didn't. Those guns that the Beleaguer captains have got are... I was going to say stylish, but I think that's the wrong adjective. And that one just sounds peculiar. I can't think of any other word other than peculiar to describe that one. Another grenade. Look what you've done, you
On my
fools.
way. Shielded from enemy fire.
The stasis on Brenwyn. Brenwyn's probably the best target. Take that. I was hoping to get some grenade work done with Brenwyn, but
I think you're
stasis is fine.
melting.
The important thing is that we didn't get 2, although 5 damage, like that's guaranteed damage as well, huh?
The smallest strike.
Oh, don't become obsessed.
Our soldiers
Oh,
are
it's still
suffering out
hit
there.
points as
We'll
well.
need to give them some time to recover when
How
we
rude.
get back.
I know how that feels, Nina. And then it You traded places? Oh, well, you got it in it. Okay. That's an interesting behavior for sure.
The error is mine alone.
Not sure how the warlock ended up on fire. Oh no. Oh, okay. I was expecting more than 4.
To the honor of no one.
I was expecting that to be horrifying and Goonstone to be bleeding out on the floor or something. But, 4 damage? Sure. You know, if this was one of those objectives where you just have to shoot it, like, Advent have kind of done our job for us. Unfortunately, we do still need to plant the X4 charges on that purple thing. Purifier's actually got some significantly good aim. Getting the Muton kill there. Unfortunately, the Warlock is immune to melee, so all the Lost are going to do is annoy the Warlock, rather than actually be able to do what they did to the Assassin. It was 2 times, I think? Was it 2 times, or was it just the once? It was so much simpler back then. Giga's still obsessed with trying to kill this Psionic here, which is kind of understandable, I suppose. Griffith's just chilling. I think we should probably look to break concealment on Griffith, though, and actually get some work in. And then we've got Shandin and Goonstone, who... Yeah, Goonstone realistically gets a kill here, I think. Two. Or maybe not a kill, actually. We'll see, we'll see.
Okay, this is bad.
Yeah.
That armor's tough.
Flew too close to the sun.
That's it. I'm out.
Shandin, however, should be able to land it, although doesn't have any other shots to take. But will need a reload, so that's fine.
Alright, that one hurt.
Are you still alive? Oh, you've stasis. That's so annoying. Okay, fine. We'll take the free reload, and then we'll overwatch. We've got Psionic there. This is a Templar. If we were to break concealment with Griffith, the Templar would probably try and go for it. I wonder if we could theoretically, though. Wow, there are so many enemies in Griffith's line of sight. It's insane. There's our Muton. Yeah, there's an argument for breaking concealment and just trying to pop this Templar. What kind of shot does Arc Enemy actually have? 77? What if we Shadowfall it? Let's Shadowfall it. It won't put Arc Enemy in concealment because that only happens if a kill occurs. So yeah, Shadowfall the Templar.
My time.
So not small amount of damage. And then yeah, Griffith is going to need to fire the pistol and take a second shot to kill this thing. But I think it might be worth it.
Everything is at risk.
Hit the armor. They've got eyes on me.
Although, where does this put Griffith? How much harm does this put Griffith in the way of, I suppose? I think it's worth it. Ooh, Zealot's Tempest Gauntlets.
Happy now?
For every fallen child of the Elders, humanity will repay
What would be pretty good?
in flesh.
Taking this one step further. Maybe being greedy is the bad decision now. We could take another shot with Griffith, though. Not really sure where that shot would go. Magma Viper's a reasonable option. The alternative is we just drop down, get Griffith out of sight. Which I think I prefer. Yeah, I think we'll just get Griffith out of sight.
It's clear.
Done what we needed. Taking out that Templar.
Inclined to play your games, Reaper. I have no patience for diversions.
I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news or anything, Mr. Warlock, but your sister's dead. Coming for you soon. Maybe. It would be nice to think we were going for the Warlock soon, at least. Oh, stop being hit. Actually, yeah, that's fine. No, stop being hit. You're not going to hit them back. Stop being hit. That's not the Overwatch I was hoping for. But nevertheless, take it. And I'm going to assume that's a lost. Yes, Viper is well and truly surrounded. Purify is running out of luck there on its shots as well. All style, no substance. That is the way I would describe the guns that the super special mutants are using.
This may be painful.
And it looks like Exalt are going for evacs, which is awesome.
Ugly.
Your fragile form.
We were in a fortunate position
Of battle.
to be able to deal with the skirmisher Exalt the way we did. They were definitely the most dangerous of all the Exalt that landed on us. You gonna buy us an extra turn with this? Oh, that's nice. Need to have a quick look at the numbers here and decide whether or not it's time to start dealing with the lost. There goes the Viper. Or at least start thinning out the herd. That said, there are still actually quite a lot of Advent kicking around. We've lost visual on most of it because we moved Griffith in the way we did. Okay. Oh, that has got such a range on it, that's amazing. Giga's currently being suppressed by this Muton, and I wouldn't be averse to dealing with that. First things first, though.
Target eliminated.
Look at the subclider for us there, that's nice.
Purpose.
Might as well
Respect they offer.
get a bit of a ding on the Howler here as well. Okay, Goonstone needs a reload, and I'm wondering where we could position Goonstone as well. I'd like high ground, but now is not the turn to get it, given the fact that the reload is required.
Ready to rock.
And she doesn't actually have a shot on anything presently, so... I think what we'll do is we'll just move Goonstone out a touch, leave it there. I'd really like to deal with that suppression as well, although there is still this Exalt too, so maybe we should prioritize that. 6 degree kind of sucks though. I tell you what, get rid of the shield bearer. If we just let Giga sit there taking the suppression, that's not the worst thing that could happen. 63, sure. Nice hit.
That armor's tough.
Making up for all those misses that we saw earlier. Griffith.
Orders confirmed. On
Quick
the move.
peek around this corner. Okay, yeah, I'm glad we didn't commit to a full move there, for sure. Back to the scouting with you. 24%. Ain't gonna cut it. Wonder what kind of flank you can get on it. Not gonna be... Yeah, okay, 73, okay. Yeah, I think it would be enough.
Enemy still up.
I got all excited over 73% for nothing. You've made me a fool, Gremlin. You've made me into a fool. Feel like... Flashbang on... we can't quite grab that Muton in the back, unfortunately, so maybe we just rocket launch here. Not 100% certain if that Muton's got reaction, like covering fire. We'll run that risk. Giga can take a hit through the shielding if need be. Doesn't look like it's going to react though, so that's the main thing.
Contacts pacified.
Holding position.
Bring Nielda's mercy to the godless.
That magma pipe is actually still alive. I thought it was killed, but apparently not. I don't think we've seen one shoot before either. The magma ones at least. They use that fireball thing, or they go for the Viper special. I think that's the first time I've actually seen that gun, at least in my memory. World's most stylish purifier. Not sure where the Warlock got to. I want to say the roof. Both those Mutons needing a reload is super nice. Cool.
Enemy is still up.
I can't move.
Definitely happy about that miss as well. Okay, the Warlock's not on the roof, he's just chilling back there with his buddies. Alright, that zombie's gonna go boop when it dies. That exalt is taken care of, which is awesome. So really, once those Mutons are dealt with, all of our major threats are gone. And we've got 6 turns on the clock. I feel like Griffith should be able to say hello to this Viper. And I'm probably looking at doing a Shredder gun, although I might hold the Shredder gun for the Warlock actually, because it's got that, it can shred 2 points of armor, so yeah, that's probably the right course of action. Oh, this little guy here too. If we shoot this thing, Giga needs to move. Oh, we were going to move Giga anyway. That's not the end of the world. Unfortunately, though, this looks like the only actual cover available to Giga if Giga was to move up.
Whatever you say.
But we'll let that shield and the awesome amount of armor that Giga's rolling with do the work for us. And I suppose... yeah, that seems like a reasonable choice. This looks pretty good as well, though, so actually, let's pause on that. What I'd really like is Arc Enemy to find a shot on that Muton and send it home. But we need that zombie dealt with too. So, we go for Lightning Hands down the way.
There you go.
Yo, A4, 38 on the Muton though, huh? Oof. That's slightly less appealing. Okay. And we've still got 7 active advent / aliens, so we're not as out of the woods as I thought we were.
Happy now?
Go for the reload. I'm not sure this muton dies this turn. Unless
I'm on it.
Jandon's got a potential shot to take on the other muton. You know, we'd probably want that zombie dealt with thinking about it, and yeah. 51 on the muton in the back's not ideal either.
X-ray
My
neutralized.
expectations for them were exceeded.
What about Goonstone? Take the high ground. This is where Griffith was. Can't drop back into concealment with Goonstone, and she hasn't got the movement to get exactly where we'd need her to be. So wondering, do we instead just drop back down? Yeah, I think we do. 78. Let's give that a whirl. Okay, nice.
Impressed
That
yet?
answers our flamethrower question then, and it means Bremwin can comfortably move up. Won't actually do anything this turn beyond moving up, but we need them a bit closer, so that's what's going to happen. Panic the muton and killing the muton. Go muton. Muton. Say the word muton enough
10-4.
yourself. It starts to sound very strange indeed.
Affirmative. Moving out.
But I suppose that's true for most words in the English language, right? So then, because it's something that's true for most words in the English language, is there a word that, like, describes that
Okay.
feeling,
I got one.
phenomenon? I'm not sure what you'd actually call it.
Toss me some ammo.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a word for the feeling you get when you use the word too many times. Just like I'm feeling about the word right now.
Your past triumphs in battle.
This has been an emotional roller coaster.
My faith in the Elder's gift.
That's one of the chosen. Heads up.
A simple weapon for a simple foe. Your life escapes, and in turn the
Kind of
void
unfortunate seeing the Warlock
consumes
land that shot on
you.
Griffith there for 3.
These are perhaps even more pathetic now than they
He's
were
not exactly
before.
known for having a huge amount of accuracy with that gun, so we'll call it a lucky hit. Griffith is in half cover though. No, he's not. He's in full cover. Yeah, it was just a lucky hit. I'm furious. Rightfully furious. The best kind of furious. What is good though is that Griffith's in prime position to actually put some work in to the Warlock. Which is exactly what we want. And the Stasis Vest will take care of the little bit of damage that Griffith did take. We've got Purifier still alive, I believe, and the Warlock, and then after that it's lost for days. So, we need to start cooking.
I can handle that.
So let's move up on the Warlock
Seems doable.
as best we can. Purifier... I assume it's the Purifier. Simply because it's back here and we can't see back there. Are you alive?
Good to go.
Need to get all philosophical there. It just kind of looks like it was alive. Yeah, we'll move up. We move up on the Warlock.
Hope it's worth it.
I'm wondering then. The debate I'm presently having is: do we start thinning the Lost out now, or do we wait until we can? Why isn't this acting as cover? That's peculiar. Don't trust it. Or do we wait until we get the shredder gun in there? Ah, decision. You know what? Let's pause. See if we can grab a couple of these lost.
Not too shabby.
We'll move Giga in as close as we
Running
can
dry on ammo.
without being silly about it, and then put the shredder gun to work. I can't believe it.
Negative damage.
I mean, I can't believe it. It was kind of obvious that was going to miss, right? Still, I can be traumatized by it. Yeah, we want the shredder gun to connect with the warlock for sure. That's going to be sort of priority one. I think rupturing the warlock with Tombstone's a reasonable choice of action as well. What kind of shot? You don't have one? Okay, fine. And what else could we do with this turn on Goonstone? I'm kind of wondering. We could pull Arc Enemy a bit closer, which I guess is as good as we're going to get. We didn't just pull Arc Enemy closer, we pulled Arc Enemy through the wall, which is honestly impressive. Functionality of that grapple, man.
Big deal.
Yeah, it's kind of strange that's not stating its cover, but sure. That's what it says, then I believe it. We'll leave some lost alive. I'd like this one to be removed from the equation, just to clean up where we all presently are.
Yeah, big deal. Need resupply.
What kind of shot are you looking at? 24%, my word. Okay. Let's just go for standard reload then. And
What's over there?
we'll just move in. And yeah, it was Purify, that's still alive, so that's fine.
I'm pinned down here.
Not if Dark Enemy's got anything to say about it though. The only issue that we're going to really deal with now is this.
My army rises.
Teleporting around on us. Just, it's going to be a little bit of a nuisance. I'm wondering though.
They move in an aimless place, without purpose or insight. You humans will be grateful. You will die, still aware of your own existence.
Choices aren't really what we've got, to be honest. We need to deal with these two purple boys. I think Brenwyn probably tries to cap the objective on their way to where we need them to shoot things. Yeah, we'll grab this loot.
Right, I'll go.
Or I don't know whether or not we're going to deal with more teleporting as a result of the Lost now, or if we should leave the Lost as part of the equation for a bit longer. Wow, you killed it so much you broke the sound barrier. And yeah, just colour me perplexed. Colour me perplexed about it. I don't know what the right decision is. I'm kind of feeling like the right decision is to leave the Lost alive. Because the Lost are going to ultimately disrupt the Warlock. There are 15 of them, which isn't an insignificant number.
Hostile terminated.
Continued defiance of the elders will only
Now,
spread
Giga,
my
are you
resolve.
in range for what we need of you here? Don't take the shot if you are, just curious about the range. Just out by a single square. That's highly unfortunate.
Good to go.
Tell you what then, we'll keep Goonstone where they are, just see about killing some of Ross that are a bit further away from the Warlock. Although we don't get that luxury, unfortunately.
Could use some ammo over here.
And Griffith... Don't love this positioning. What are we looking at here? 64 with the rifle, 66 with the pistol. Cool. Start putting some work in at least.
Such audacity.
No teleport, which is good. Although clanking Shandin for 6 damage is less good.
Taste of the Elder's true power.
What is at least going to happen is that the Lost are going to be nice and grouped up for us to just probably flamethrower. But I mean, equally, if we can catch as many as possible in a shredder gun, then that would be ideal too.
Do you not see that
So,
the
here
Elders
you go.
have a greater vision than your simple minds can conjure?
This shredder gun looks pretty good actually. I think we'll take it.
I'm going.
Yeah, that looks good.
Too close.
Oh, I like the way they all kind of go blah. That's the sound effect I'm choosing to describe that scenario with. But yeah, they go blah and they launch all away from each other. It's very, very appealing.
Going up.
Okay,
Whatever you say.
that's our objective.
The X4 charges are active, but the aliens are still working to isolate the transmitter. Eliminate any remaining hostiles before they cut it off.
Go for the free reload on Shandin and then pop 2 rounds into the Warlock gear. 713 or 1013, I should say. We'll take the first shot with standard weapon, just to get that armor shred in place, and then 90% on the point blank versus 83%. So we take the point blank then. 18 crit? My word. I wasn't expecting the 18 crit, but sure.
Trivial defeats I have suffered in your hands will be all but forgotten by the Elders.
I'm sure we'll see them again.
Right
but
then.
That chosen sure wasn't expecting the fight we put up today.
And now we clean up,
Commander.
somehow. Having these little objective extension things. I don't know what to call them. What are they called? What are they called? They're called objective extension things because they don't have a name. But yeah, having them in and amongst everything is kind of annoying when I'm just looking for basic targets, but hey, what can you do? Gonna chance this grenade. I'm completely lost track of the Lost World timer, but I think in the interest of just getting us out of here sooner rather than later, that was probably worth doing, right? What are they called though? Objective extension things.
One down, thousands to
And I
go.
want to say Arc Enemy can just finish the job here.
Happy now?
One more for the road? Nope.
I got nothing.
And you can't quick reload either, so that's you done. There it is.
There you go.
What a marathon. What a marathon. But it's done. And relatively safely because, you know, using the Lost are an advantage now. That's just a fact of life. And I do think we got quite lucky with where Exalt landed and how they positioned themselves, because it meant we were able to deal with the skirmishers super quickly. Let's take a look at the stats nevertheless. So nil got accuracy for Brenwyn, but 38 damage and 7 kills. Guess what? That's Sapper life. 111 damage across 9 shots is extremely impressive. 14 of 17 on the shot accuracy, so doing slightly better than Bert and Gwen have recently, that's for certain. 4 kills for Griffith, 45 damage dealt, and 6 for 6 on the shot accuracy. Moved the furthest, because yeah, Griffith did a lot of scouting for us that mission. MVP goes to Shandin, and I never tire of seeing this, but 14 for 14, 100% shot accuracy, 104 damage dealt, and 6 kills to his name. We haven't actually gotten a proper MVP picture for Shandin, and I'm speechless. That's an image of perfection right there. Why have you taken so long to become the MVP, Shandon, when you're as photogenic as this? Another of life's mysteries, right? Giga, 126 damage, 14 kills, putting the rocket launcher to work, putting the shredder gun to work, and the flamethrower to work, doing all of those combat engineered things. And then Goonstone, 6 kills, low amount of damage. Kind of a surprise actually to see some missed shots on the Goonstone card. Doesn't normally happen, but nevertheless, the way it goes. But yeah, well-deserved MVP for Shandon for sure. About time. Maybe Shandon has been MVP before. Maybe I've just made a fool of myself.
Like jealous children, these radicals seek to strip us of the wondrous gifts provided by the elders. Though we might pity their ignorance, we will not allow such incursions to remain unchallenged. Today's setback is the prelude for tomorrow's victory.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, a marathon indeed, but a well-handled one, I would say. No real surprises. No promotions. Kind of wanted to see a promotion on Arc Enemy maybe, but sure, why not? But yeah, no real surprises there. Reasonable boom time is all around. Giga and Arc Enemy not taking any hit point damage is super nice. And we actually got an alarming amount of loot there. So anything jumping out, 72 lost corpses is very silly. We got the Zealot Tempest Gauntlets. I do wonder if these are going to be an upgrade for Nacho and Laguna. Kind of hope so, right? We got another Subcoiler. That's the SMG, so that's the same as the Bullpups. It's kind of cool. And yeah, that's about it for interesting stuff. Fuel line too, sure, why not? 5 basic bipods, apparently. 5 basic bipods, okay, sure. And we counted Vigilance, most importantly of all. And again, just being reminded that we're low on engineers, sure. We've always been low on engineers. The title of this campaign could actually just be Low on Engineers. Job done though. Already, I don't believe there's any missions currently waiting for our immediate attention. Nope. 177% on that over-infiltration. So that's potentially going to be on the table next time round, unless we get another assault appear. And I do believe, unless I'm mistaken, find the stronghold here. Yes, that's another step towards hunting down the Warlock for good. So we may see the assault on the Warlock before too long, which is kind of awesome. Yeah, a bit of a marathon run today, for sure. But a good one, nevertheless. Thank you very much, as always, and I'll see you next time. Take care.